Okay, welcome back to Rogue Traders. We're currently on Ricadiphilia, the prison planetoid, where I think the prison warden has gone crazy and created a cult of other crazy people. Chaos is involved at least, and they've taken over the prison. And there were a couple of prisoners that were pretending to be bad. But because I'm dogmatic, I killed them, as one does, for the Emperor. And what else? Yeah, we're a bit injured, but I think it's only one fresh injury, so I don't know how big a difference that makes. We'll see. Oh yeah, I'm at the bottom of the prison. Awoken prisoner. These are all like beds, so they've been doing like operations on people.
I always keep my options open. I always get the job done.
I better myself through my service.
Poison gas?
You are in the presence of House Orcelio.
Keep your wits about you.
So shall it be.
Hello, welcome back. Time to kill some prisoners. Oh no. Warden Castellian, or more talking. Yeah, it's good. Ain't done much today, so time to do some Rogue Trader. There's a lot of talking in this game. I told you, Evie, they are hiding so much from us. Arrogant mentors, holy brothers and sisters. What have they ever given us? Nothing but a pile of fibs and useless abominations. Abominations. The voice of the man standing with his back to you sounds almost soft, heedless of everything but what is in front before him. He leans over a prisoner dressed in expensive clothing. Yes, they are. They're doing experiments on the people. But Aurora, she is different. She spoke with me like no one ever had before. She revealed the truth to me, and now I can reveal it to you. If you just stop struggling for 1 minute. Oh wait, is that the Winter Scale guy? The man finally realizes he is not alone and turns to you. He's clutching a long, thin, metallic rod with blood dripping off it. We have guests. From the Von Valencia ship, I would wager. Evie, my dear, you will have to wait. Oh no. Evie. Do not faint, I beg of you. It's important that you feel everything, including your other eye. Such dreadful shades. Cassia recoils and covers her mouth. The colours of this place. They are putrescent to the core, and these people, their colours are oozing with madness and despair, pain and doom. How do you know who I am? How's your weekend been? Well, I guess non-weekend. Lies have many faces, but there is only one truth, and this has been laid bare before me. I knew the enemy of truth would come here sooner or later. You know, we had this guy once. He was a quiet one. One day he walked into the middle of deck bar, threw one back, and then pulled out a gun and started shooting people left and right without saying a word. Then he shoved the barrel in his mouth and blew his brains out. Our warden here has exactly the same look in his eyes now. Who is that on the table? Oh, so it is the Winterscale guy. My sincerest apologies. Where are my manners? Please allow me to introduce Yvain Winterscale, the youngest son of Caligo's Winterscale in the flesh. You know, he was so close to witnessing the truth right before you interrupted our little chat. How dare you, contemplable peasant, for every drop of noble blood you spill you will pay 100-fold more. Cassia turns to you for support with an expression that is equal parts indignant and frightened. I do love that in this universe, the famously xenophobic human race, all the nobles are weird mutants. Abelard shakes his head somberly. That poor fool. I knew nothing good would come of his naive attempt at negotiating with heretics. However, Yvain appears to be still alive. If we make haste, we might yet save him. Having a scion of House Winterscale in your debt would certainly prove beneficial. Step away from the hostage at once. The warden sneers and glances at the maimed young man. Hostage? How rude! Young Winterscale is my guest and dearest friend. He came here himself to visit his old acquaintance and have a heartfelt talk. And I am merely showing him some appropriate hospitality to commemorate our reunion. As if echoing his words, Yvain lets out a weak moan. Who is Aurora? Oh, so you've managed to barge in here and interfere with the prophetess's designs without even knowing who she is. But it is too late now. You will never attain sight. All you can do is accept your fate. He suddenly stirs like a predatory beast. I do not like it when people take the prophetess Aurora's name in vain. I desire your death, enemy of the truth. The warden raises his hand, and the maimed people start thrashing about in their death throes. The time for words has passed. Optimates, give your power to the harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, or become awash in blood.
You will beg for mercy,
Nice.
and I will grant none.
Let the blood flow.
I knew I should have split them up. Oh no, but the problem is there's no cover here. I didn't think that through. I guess these guys all look like they've... Oh no, these are gunners, aren't they? At least that guy is. How do I do this? Is that too far? I'm last anyway, so it doesn't matter. $20, 0. Who's this guy? Awoken prisoner guard.
Doubt is for
Pick,
the...
let's pick some people off.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer.
Three. Is this in... It is not quite in range. That is though.
I'm not so sure.
Wait. That's awkward. I think that does the most damage.
Cover me!
Be gone.
Let's make it quick.
Stop it!
Not so good. Traumas. Once a character has suffered a certain number of injuries, these injuries are replaced with a trauma. Okay. Oh, action points are reduced by 1. Oh.
Victory is imminent.
That's 1, right?
At your beck and call. Death to the weak.
He killed his own guy. Oh, and he nearly killed that guy. Wait, I've got to think this through. So that's 2, that's 2. But I've only got 3.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Can I do this after? Oh, I don't have movement points, okay. No. I don't need movement points.
I will do my... Someone else can do this.
Unavailable, yeah. Oh no, I can do Waking Nightmare. Okay, now it's my turn.
On it.
Get my serf to do all the work.
Who, if not me? It's as good as done.
I think I'm close enough now. Yeah. Or do I still pick people off?
As the Emperor commands.
Still a bit far away, I think.
Doubt is for the weak.
I serve the ruinous powers! Ah! Crush the feeble!
Ouch. Should I risk it?
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Will do.
Oh, wait. What the hell? What the hell? What, was there a soldier there? He didn't take a body. How strange. Oh wait, did this machine... Oh. This machine's all glowy now. Interesting. Oh no. Oh, that's so much damage.
I'm enraged.
Oh wait, is she dead? No. Thank God for that.
It will be done. Indeed.
Death to non-believers!
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Do I give it to her or... Oh, I'm next turn, so... Lidless they become stunned. Oh, here we go.
If I may,
Oh, crap. Oh, that did damage to that, though. Oh, God, my team is dead. She can't use her gun that close. That's the problem.
Let's make some opportunities. I'll see to it personally.
This is voice to command, right? Yeah. Oh, that was gonna kill her. Did I give her his gun? Yeah. Oh, you're useless. Oof. Oh, she can't. No, she can't use a gun. She's too close. And if she moves, she's gonna get hit. I can heal though, at least.
Injuries will not slow me.
Is it worth getting out of there? She's gonna get hit. I do have enough to do some damage. Let's risk it.
Rejoice in battle!
She's so dead now though. The next attack costs 1 AP less. $14 to $20. Oh wait, there's more of them. Oh god. I did not think this through.
On it. They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Out my way.
How many of these are there? One. Oh, is this? This is another one, isn't it? Damn it. So there's two more. Okay. This guy can deal with him.
Victory is imminent. I will do like you.
High momentum.
Can she sneak around?
I am a navigator, not a servant.
Jeez. Okay, that does not do what I expected it to.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Can she make the shot from here? Yep, she can. She's great. My favorite character.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. I'll do it.
Did you miss? Okay, I don't like her anymore.
Anything else?
It will be done. At your back and target well struck.
Oh, be careful. Oh wait, damn it.
I have read tomes of military tactics. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Of course, she only does 1 to 2 damage. Why? The computer's going weird.
On it. Doubt is for the weak.
Oh, she actually hit it this time. Oh god.
Guided by faith. I'll do it. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Nice.
In thy light I stand,
And now,
and thy light I crave.
now we kill him.
Faith without...
She's so good. Like, other than Abelard, who's like a decent tank, I guess what's her name? The Psychic is alright as well. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. Blood is bubbling on the young man's lips and his voice is barely audible, but even now it remains melodious and quite courteous. Hello? Did something break, or... This is when I find out I've been mutated the whole time. Have you turned into a bot? Ah, okay. Yeah, it's going good. The game's good. I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of reading though, which means a lot of talking. Yeah, it's good. The battles have been okay so far. I hear that they do get a bit like the last third isn't so good, but we'll see. Avane Winterscale Af Cronus, greatly pleased to make your acquaintance. Cassia, on the rare days that Lord Winterscale visited Uruk 5, the station was awash in a mist of warm hues. We were forbidden from meeting each other, but I was delighted still to see such rare colours in my home. Now, however, his colours are darkening, twisting from pain and bitterness. We must help, Lord Captain. We must save the clarity of his soul, for he whose presence makes the world a little brighter deserves no less. Is he corrupted by chaos? Lady Cassia, I presume, the sacred child of House Orselio. How disgraceful it is that on the day we finally meet, Avane looks away in shame. I find myself not at my best. There's no disgrace in your predicament, Lord Winterscale. The Lord Captain and I met under similarly dreadful and tragic circumstances. Have they been messing with his insides? What have they done to you? The warden, my friend. I tried to convince him to stop the riot. Diplomacy failed. Speaking is a struggle, but he continues stubbornly. Father hates diplomacy, which is why I had to try. Finish him off. I cannot be certain that you aren't infected by this corruption as your friend was. Accept your death. Conserve your strength. You are wounded and need help. Wounded. I would have phrased it altogether differently. Tortured and maimed, perhaps. Have you ever had your eyes burned out? This was my first time. I cannot say I recommend the procedure. I'm not sure I would go and order it. I mean, he's either trying to make light of the situation or growing delirious from the pain. Is this the only options I have? Shame I can't move the camera. I mean, his picture looks alright. He ain't got a portrait though, so he's probably bound to die. Your pilot will take you to Governor Mendin. He nods, giving in to oblivion. The chosen ones. The Lord Captain has put an end to this horrible chapter of Raikadi Filia's history. What's new blood? Oh, okay, yeah. Machine spirits. Who may be found somewhere in this. The scream. A psychic scream is coming from. Oh, yeah, right. Looking for trouble. Okay. I'll go there last, though. Rumors. Warden of the Expanse. Oh, yeah, we still need to find him. Oh, now the nightmare of figuring out what bloody skills to take. Okay. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So halfway. Okay. Whenever an ally temporary wounds, range is increased by 3. That could be useful. Whenever an officer using the ability perception, oh, that could be good. But half the stacks are lost at the end of the target's turn. Inspire courage. How much have I played? Oh, apparently 12 hours. I think like each fight is giving me a level. Like I've been to, this is the second planet I've been to. This one was a lot shorter actually. Yeah. So it's like prologue and like half of chapter 1 maybe. I think is there one that gives you AP, but I think I did that one. What was I doing? That was useless because I got 2 officers. That could be useful. Let's just get some resolve. Persuasion 90, commerce 80. Let's just go super persuasive. Oh, I can't get this. Ooh. Why is that? I guess I gotta get medicated. It's but it's intelligence, so negative effects. Yeah, I guess resisting negative effects is good. Content. Whenever an enemy attacks, the warrior's next melee attack deals additional. Ooh, that could be good. Desolation deals additional. No allies. Epicenter. Disarm. When the warrior uses a single shot attack or a melee weapon against the target, the warrior gains 17% armor against attacks made by that target for 1 round. That seems good for a tank. A single shot. Oh yeah, but he doesn't even have a gun. Yeah. Okay. Whenever the object attacks an enemy and is full wounds, that enemy deals... Okay, interesting. Exposed weaknesses cost 0 AP. I'm not really running out of AP at the moment. Triggers an exploit, gains +1 damage. I should really work out what this character actually does. At the start of each turn, the operative inflicts 1 stack of the exploit effect. If the operative hits a target with an exploit stack, the attack damage deals 5 times perception more damage. This damage is also increased by 10% for each spell. Okay. Line of sight. Having a line of sight lets other make ranged attacks against them. Okay, lines, yeah, right, okay. I think I was making her more of a buffer, right? Where's was it this one? But this is different talents. It was like bio. All the Psycho's attacks, including attacking physic powers, now poison enemies. This poison deals 6 toxic. Yes. Let's get some poison in there. Then common talent, more crit, more armor, unnatural luck. The first psychic power used each turn increases veil degradation by 2. The Psycho's psychic powers have a range of 2 cells or more, have their range increased by +4. That's quite a lot. Okay, best character now. Okay. More damage if next to ally. Cover efficiency. Demolition engineer. First hit of each range burst attack deals additional damage. Trace the trajectory. Whenever a soldier sucks, they gain a guaranteed critical hit. Rapid fire no longer reduces damage. Yes. Rapid fire. The soldier's next range burst will have its base rate of fire doubled but deal less damage. Yeah, that's a win-win. Awareness. No, Idria is doing that. Demolition. I could do. She is the only one that does healing. But demolition. I get demolition. Okay, last character. Okay, officer. I guess on her it makes more sense because she actually has attacks. Whereas Pandora is literally just a buff bot. Yeah, no. Converse? No, it's nowhere near. Awareness. Let's go to Warp Law just because. The mutilated man does not stir, bound in his shackles. Most holy prophet. What's this? A noble sword? Let's just collect everything first. I haven't had a chance to sell anything yet. Or like buy. Is that it? It's quite a small map. Oh wait. Oh, did I click on it? Your eye is drawn to the shards of the enormous lens scattered around the broken device. At first you are uncertain as to what troubles you, but suddenly the realization hits you. The glass shimmers in a unique way, just the same way as the shards of the unknown broken object you found near Theodora von Valencia's desk. Interesting, interesting. What does that mean though? What's the matter, Lord Captain? Why are you so interested in... Abelard trails off when he notices what you are looking at from across the room. He instantly makes the connection. By the Imperium's saints, it cannot be. Adira bites her lips. I see it too. Whatever that thing in her study was, it was made from the same material as this junk. Was she an agent of chaos? What? Abelard is at a loss for words. He takes a moment to collect himself, and all at once they start pouring out in hastily splutter. It's a mistake. Slander meant to blemish the good name of a person who is now dead and cannot even defend herself. First those minions of the arch-enemy murdered Lord Captain Theodora, and now This cannot be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. Come on now, Abelard. Remember what she was like. Adira's smile betrays her grief, but at the same time is strangely knowing. Brazen, assertive. It was like her entire life was a race against fate until fate caught up with her in the end. She would have gone headfirst into a black hole if she had thought it would put her even one step ahead of everyone else out in the expanse. If we could just find out what she was keeping in her desk and why she went to get it during the attack. Sister Argenta's beautiful face is full of grief. How bitter it is to know that you were born from bad blood, but do not let this knowledge drag you into darkness. Perception test succeeded. The sister's words ring with a genuine, sincere hope that you will be blessed with a worthier fate. She does not appear to be shocked by the news of Theodora's possible heresy. Life must be so easy for you sanctimonious preachers. The dubious trinket, and you no longer see a person, you see bad blood, an annoying hindrance. There is enough venom in Adira's voice to poison an entire regiment. Argenta recoils, but the next moment her dark eyes ignite with fury. How dare you how dare you admonish me? We are speaking of abetting the arch enemy. A person who has tainted themselves thus can never justify their action. Sure, why go through all the trouble of trying to make sense of anything, when you can just label them a heretic and call it a day? Except, dear friend, I seem to remember that you didn't mind Theodora so much while you were aboard the ship. You didn't leave her side for even a moment. She rescued you, aided you, and your adoration wilted the moment you heard an accusation sullied her memory. You weren't surprised or upset, you just gave up on her and moved on. I'm gonna say nothing. I don't want to get involved. I'm a chicken. Loot. So that's just better in general. Oh, I got my fur coat back. Seven to 12. It gives me cleave back. On hit, this sword's attack inflicts the disturbed effect. Most warriors, yeah. There's some. I feel like he needs a gun as well. Maybe like a shotgun. Oh no, it has to be. No, there's no point. Precise laser pistol. Diviner's Staff. Consign. Perception. What is consign? The next hit against this target will be an automatic critical hit. I think lightning arc is just too good. Okay.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Probably time to get out of here. Your ladyship? The rebellion has been crushed. I have news of your lord. She anxiously pitches forwards. Is Lord Winterscale alive? Is he alright? He is alive but badly wounded. I recommend that he be taken to Rykard Manaris for treatment as soon as possible. It will be done immediately. Thank you for letting me know, your ladyship.
Let us not dawdle.
That one fight and all the talking took an hour. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days I've received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviours in the ships, congregators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no technilitancy or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obscenity. The tech priest can deal with the vessel's symptoms, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. A click comes through the Vox channel followed by a weary sigh. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in congregator calculations or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Adira joins the channel and chimes in playfully. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folk have grown used to all of that, so our resident ghost had decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The technomats inspected the servitures and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omniscire, such behaviour is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more difficult, and High Factum Generous Danrock would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective property. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. I guess I'll deal with that. They're discussing it on the bridge. Who? The noble guy, where is he? Oh, there he is. The High Factum Generis Danrock greets you with a cool smile and the merest hint of a bow. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? Victus informed me about the problem with the servitures. What happened? You see, your ladyship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Generous Danrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if he was uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behaviours before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. I wish to look at these servitors before deciding their fate. As you wish, your ladyship. Whoa. When her ladyship arrived at the scene, she found the servitors in the same position that they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the centre of their strange formation. The moment her ladyship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all at one as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at her ladyship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath. Disturbed by this sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Her ladyship Pandora von Valencius took several steps towards the servitors. Immediately the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked her movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and after a moment's thought, waved her hand, and the servitors just as synchronously repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking her. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat for them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As High Factum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offences. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly, and that no one had been able to explain the changes in their behaviour. Her gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half-machine and half-people, the Lord Captain What the hell? I stepped away from the servitors. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight, but waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Her Ladyship Pandora von Valencius demanded a report. Ordered that one of the servitors be disassembled and its components investigated. I returned to a group of technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitors' mechanical parts were separated with clicks, snaps and hisses. The sutures behind its wrinkled, pale flesh and its augments were laid bare, disgustingly bare. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimetre of the servitors' stiff muscles abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the technomats concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were undercuffed with some primordial terror. Okay. Turned to me to announce her decision. Her ladyship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of my nightmarish stupor and that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. The Lord Captain gave me the order. Dogmatic. To send the servitors back to toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives, and thus did not deserve clemency. On the Lord Captain's orders, the servitors were returned to the same deck where they had worked before. The crew was initially unnerved by their presence, but adapted to their quirks soon enough, especially since, following the incident in question, there was a notable reduction in the servitors' strange behaviour. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from her mission. Cool. Time to... oh, wait. Point of interest. Why is it doing that? I guess maybe I can still go back. Helmsmaster. The Vox crackles into life and Master Helmsmaster Ravor addresses you. What we have here, Lord Captain. It's not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Someone sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, there is an incoming transmission now too. Ragged void ship, hear us? The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance, Pete. Do not require assistance. Copy. The Vox relays a different voice. Keep following, they'll pass us by, won't they? Raw protects. Raw. Lord Captain, I am told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within the asteroid field near Ricophilia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. Ravor, can we establish communications? Let the vessel identify itself? Yes, Lord Captain, the connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourself. I repeat, identify yourself. Ragged void ship. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell. Tell him. We are done for. This is Thunderfang. We are... One of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private gent vessel. A merchant vessel, of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? You can make out hoarse and furious whispering even over the crackling of the static. Why, I don't know. What if? Certainly not. The whispering dies and a clear, youthful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, careful merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. Ravor, damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Someone gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul explicits, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You manage to make out little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our own business, straight out of the blue and opened fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected. And more than fire, who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain what your business is here, and this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now, what have you done, idiot? It's too late now. The Vox channel is again filled with the angry whispering of several voices. The whispers and static are drowned out by a clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellows of the Void. We did not come here to loot on a different business. To help, oh God. I think I just killed the people they were coming to look for. We did not come here to loot on a different business, to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt Lise, we already had our chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of goods. In case you're unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Cronus Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have fox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. Generous. The honeyed voice of the High Fractum interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of the livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods in the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Okay, Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. Oh, it's a shop. Reputation. Cargo list. Profit factor. Okay, so this is like gold. Flamer. Fail render. Oh, so this. Oh, different reputation, yeah. Do I want a flamer? Camouflage row. There's nothing really. I think the only thing would be this. But there's no way I can get that. I think I'd just come back. Let's go to the station first. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of a sacred cult operating aboard this ship have requested an audience. What sacred cult? They call themselves the Blood-Spun Web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard. If she says so. What the hell? Was that it? Why did they got all the chairs there? Those on the deck watch in awe as the final figure moves gracefully into a ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper in excitement, while others murmur prayers to the God Emperor.
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still.
Is she from the DLC? They fall silent as a tall young woman steps forward. She moves towards you soundlessly, the dim light casting shadows across the mask which conceals her face. The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still. The masked cultists repeat the words in a mournful whisper. We obey still.
Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name.
Yeah, so she must be
We
the...
disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her.
Whoa.
And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord. and offer proof of their devotion. We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibella. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
Okay, thanks. Law Imperium test succeeded. You have heard many stories about death cults such as these. Those devoted holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honour them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by madness. Examine the captives. The prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips down the tear-stained faces of the captive officers, technomats and workers. The word has been carved into each of their foreheads with meticulous precision. Traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. The cuts have been diligent and regularly reopened to prevent healing.
These renegades committed treachery against their domin. Their lips once praised the name of Kunrad Voitvir, but it is your name they will whisper as they cross over to the other side.
The cultists are all voidborn. Their lithe, sinewy bodies are clad in light armour, which allows them to move with an acrobat's nimble grace and strike with an assassin's swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with sharp spikes and ritual jewellery. Where time and training have worn their garments threadbare, you can make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. Interesting, so a death cult watches over my crew. They who honour the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him, sacred executioners.
The Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
Your heart is filled with awe as you gaze at the cultists. You recognize this feeling. You've experienced it before, when you walked through the scorching flame and survived. The eyes of your grim guests burn bright with sacrificial fervour. They serve the God Emperor with wholehearted faith and devotion. What exactly does a cult like the Bloodspawn Web do?
The tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, 1 blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship.
Okay.
But there are others, the virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
You kill innocent people?
We do not desire their death. We do not seek them out in the darkness. They come to us, and we usher them from this life if his sacred tarot reveals that the Emperor wishes to accept these martyrs.
Imagine being the one normal person in this universe. You mentioned the tenets of the web. What are they?
Our laws and teachings, our philosophy and way of life, our art of combat and spiritual dogma. The tenets are the blood-spun web itself. Humanity owes its existence to the Undying Emperor's sacrifice. It is he who protects us from a darkness of terrors. Hence, each of us has a duty to serve him, and a duty to die for him. To act otherwise is to waste the life that has been given to us by the Undying One, to become a thief. We help others understand this. We help them to live and die righteously.
I find it outrageous that we give food, wine, new garments. Nod curtly. I find that acceptable. Tell me about yourself, Cabela. Are you the leader of the Bloodspawn Web, or its herald, or its servant?
I am the second spinner of the Bloodspun Web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
Why have you brought this rabble to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the Bloodspun Web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Give weapons to the traitors. It is time for Cabela to prove herself.
A dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Your Emperor won't save you!
I will be your end.
Repent or perish!
Cabela has a remarkable background. As a Death Cult assassin, she can use a special ability called Raining Blood. When used, it causes the target of Cabela's next melee attack to explode in a burst of blood, covering the floor and any enemies behind the target. The affected enemies suffer additional damage. Cabela can also use a special throwable consumable item called a blood vial to spill even more blood on the battlefield. Cabela is a blade dancer. Blade dancers are incredibly skilled sword fighters who can devastate enemies using two special attacks. Blade dance. Okay, and death from above. Jeez. The blade dance ability allows the blade dancer to make several light strikes against random adjacent targets. If there is only one adjacent target, all the strikes are directed against that target. If two swords are equipped, the blade dancer deals significantly more strikes. Okay, so she's dual wield. Death from above allows the blade dancer to swiftly leap to a selected cell and upon landing deal damage to all adjacent targets. The ability can be used multiple times per turn, but each use requires a charge to be spent. The Blade Dancer gains charges by killing their enemies. Oh, of course.
I bring mercy and retribution.
What's this? Raining blood. Single target.
My blade whispers your name. I shall not fail. The shadows will see.
Jeez.
The angel will reward us.
As the tenets demand. The other side awaits. Death is a blessing.
Chaos guides me.
The other
Jeez.
side awaits.
That's a lot of blood. Wait, there's more?
I will set them free. As honor or death, killing brings me no pleasure. Death is a blessing. Trust me. I shall not fail. As honor orders.
Out of my way.
The shadows will see it done. Killing brings me no pleasure. As the tenets demand. No. As honor ordains. Trust me, the other side awaits.
A cut to the heart, a cut to the throat, a cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. The blood of the apostates will wash away the stains of their treachery, so that their souls may prostrate themselves before the undying one's throne and beg his forgiveness. Cabela wipes the blood from her blade in one swift movement. I have acted with reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me, Pandora? Will you make me your shield and shadow? Your ladyship, the spinners of the blood-spun web were watching, tracking. and killing Von Valencia's enemies long before the warrant of trade passed to Lady Theodora. However, their blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons, but they certainly do not in the way condone their deeds. The cultists are the scourge of the sedacious. Scourge of the sedacious, not folk are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, these spinners took a train driver to pieces for some kind of ritual. I don't know what old Marlock did to earn the privilege. I've heard, though only at a distance, the prayers the spinners offers to him. The loyalty without question. She respected. You'll be my shadow, Cabela. Well, I've got a spot, so might as well. Cabela's movements are slow, almost rhythmic, as she removes her ceremonial mask. The dark shadows of her eyes accentuate the deathly pallor of her skin, which is covered in ritual scars. Henceforth I am your shadow, an instrument of death placed in your hand by the Undying One, for it was so ordained, and so his Tarot forspoke. The young woman bows her head once more. I also come bearing an invitation from the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web. He wishes you to know that the doors to the Undying One's temple are open to you. Are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go down to the depths of her flagship to search for this temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They're not a fitting place for a ladyship. Why is the Vizier not here to deliver his message himself? The first spinner is old. His abode is in the temple beneath the flagship's freight line, and he has not left the lower decks in decades. Perhaps one day I will grant you that favour. I have heard the whispers of the Undying One. He awaits you. He calls to you. Your time will come. Your blade awaits direction, Pandora. We will speak again when the time is right. Okay. And I'm back. Oh, my brain is shutting down, I think. Just in time for work to start again. The astropathic station is dead ahead of the voice chip. It is motionless. There is lifeless silence across its vox frequencies. Its lights are out. Even those who have no warp sensitivity can feel the presence of death. It is here, lurking in the shadows. All of this makes reading the reports of the ship's astropaths, who claim to be hearing an incessant ghostly howl emanating from the station, all the more disturbing. Contact the station by Vox. Oh god, huge deja vu. Why just reading this sounds so familiar? The enforcers offered their prayers and proceeded to enter the uncanny station. What they saw inside was monstrous. Astropaths upon their thrones, not quite here, not quite now, smudged as if they were across time. Servants reliving their horrible deaths again and again, only to be reborn out of the ashes and blood into more agony a moment later. The warp manifested itself here, twisting the very nature of existence. The main hall was covered in a crust of psychic ice. A green-robed blind old man sat motionless upon a tall throne. He was quite literally embedded in the ice, yet he was still alive and screaming. Send Zachary Weiss to the station with a squad of bodyguards. Choirmaster Weiss boarded the station in person and proceeded to the choir's hall. He stood silently for hours in front of a man frozen in ice and held a telepathic conversation with him. Then Master Weiss offered a prayer to the God Emperor, and the unfortunate man passed away. Upon returning to the ship, Weiss reverently presented the Lord Captain with a grim trophy, the late choirmaster's amulet, taken from his frozen body after his death. Okay, if worn by a psyker, the wearer gains immunity to the horrors of the warp effect. The psychic shriek carried across the immaterium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. A chilling realization came to the astropaths when they discovered that the cry was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from a warp storm of titanic power, so intense that the entire expanse must be able to hear it. It muffles astropathic messages and crawls into psychers' minds, evoking everywhere the same image, a dark, gaping, beastly mouth cleaving the universe in two. Now that the mad choir master had finally stopped screaming, the song of the Immaterian has reached the rogue trader's void ship too. Okay. A brief and chilling chronicle of the station's doom was found in the scribe's records. A warp disturbance of monstrous proportions wiped out half the choir at once, turning the astropaths into living portals through which torrents of the Immaterium's energies poured out. Those who lasted longer bellowed and howled about a black rift that had split the universe into before and after, and a darkness that would devour the Astronomicon's light. Oh right, that's something the God Emperor, the Emperor of Mankind, is like putting a beacon out so that everyone can, all humans can transverse the warp or something. 1,000 psychers a day. It looks like in the new one, the companions will all have fully voiced. I think it said on the Steam page or somewhere, like the companions are fully voiced. Burn it or just seal it? Seal the station, dooming its ghostly inhabitants to an eternity of suffering. You leave the dead station and its chilling secrets behind. Okay. What's this? People. Provisions. Chemicals. Plasteel. Mechanisms. Promethium. Weapons. profit factor. Oh, that's not good. Why is it going to the bridge? I still don't understand why loading the bridge takes the longest of the entire game. It must be the chair, because it turns around. That's like, needs an extra minute of loading. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange oh, excuse me. Oh, don't try and stop a cough mid-word. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue... I always say fatigue. Fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. What the hell? You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloody faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Gongrad Voltigivev's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. I don't know, it might... yeah, we'll see. I still need to finish Doom as well. Kneel before the rogue Traeger, your lives belong to me. All you hear in response is in unintelligible voices, whispers, moans and derisive laughter. Anger ignites in your chest, and you clutch the shard, which ravenously bites into your palm with its sharp edge. An unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by grovelling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon, a skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions. A curved design, an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it seals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen, accepts your fate, champion. Throw the demon's blade away. Never. Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as though it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash. You awaken from the vision, kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hand. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. Quest failed. Oh yeah, that's fair enough. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Items lost, blade shard. I forgot I even had that. Okay. Vault. Can I put some of this into ship? Yeah. Oh, I missed this. Chainmail medium. 20% light. Yeah, that's good. Don't need these anymore. What's this? Handwritten. Oh, let me keep that. Looking for trouble. Oh, explore the void ship's freight line. Is this the Void Shadows? Is the first major story fully integrated into the game's main story. This DLC will allow players to delve into the depths of the void ship. The new story attempts 15 hours of adventures aboard the void ship. A new companion. Yeah, it is the DLC. Is there a recommended time? What's it called? Void Shadows. Best time to do Void Shadows. Oh, okay. So it just gives you extra stuff through the entire game. Maybe I'll do that now. Explore the void ship's freight line. Freight line. Oh, I've got a full party now. A sturdily built man with an augmented jaw stands at attention. The dark circles under his eyes speak to many sleepless nights, but his voice is loud and spirited. Welcome to Freight Hub LD 987/A14. Lord Captain, I am Eduk Frenzo, Captain of the Enforcers in Lower Deck Bay LD A414. The Master at Arms has assigned me to be your liaison for the duration of your stay here. Lord Captain, would you inspect the control room, or to begin your search for the Temple of the Bloodspun Web? He says the last part with obvious concern. Just thinking about the prospect of walking around the lower decks wounds your refined senses. Your mind conjures vivid images of filth and poverty hanging in the air, seeping out of every crack, gnawing their way through your skin. Why I'm here is no business of yours. Frenzo glances at you warily. As you will, Lord Captain. Still, out of concern for your safety, I must warn you that you should avoid the farthest sections of the bay. They are ridden with disease and the locals can be particularly unpleasant to deal with. With the kind of riffraff that dwells here, you might even be attacked. Cassia shivers. Such ghastly places you describe. We're not headed there, are we, Lord Captain? He frowns. To put it bluntly, although the bay performs its functions well, even its more civilized sections are sorely lacking in discipline. I was only assigned recently, so I haven't had time to straighten everything up, since doing so will require making some serious changes. I'm not inventing excuses, Lord Captain. As the officer in charge, I expect full responsibility for what takes place in this compartment. Being assigned here almost seems like exile. Did you commit an infraction? Frenzo shakes his head fiercely. No, Lord Captain, quite the opposite. I was commended for my service. This department has always been a troublesome one, and the Master at Arms assigned me here because she thought highly of my merits. Okay, I hereby offer you my assistance, Captain. I shall conduct an inspection and then share my thoughts on how to change this place for the better. But Renzo stops himself mid-process and assumes a more compliant tone. In that case, I urge you to remain vigilant. The freight trains move at great speeds, and the inhabitants of the residential units are despicable rabble. One must never drop one's guard around them. An emperor preserve you from stumbling into the pestilence pit. That's where the madmen and lepers live. The cult of the Bloodspin Wen has a presence in this compartment, does it not? That is correct. The enforcers do not bar them from carrying out their sacred duties. He scowls. As irregular it is to have armed crew members set up a secret hideout forbidden to the enforcers, and that they can go around dispensing bloody justice. What do you know about... do you not take issue with the cultists killing people on your territory? Frenzo avoids looking at Cabela. I do, Lord Captain, but the cult is authorized to exist on the ship, which means their activities down here are not to be interfered with. What do you know about the death cultists? Not much, but I'm always trying to learn more, given that they like to pay visits to my compartment. Frenzo scratches his head thinking. The Spinners honor the Emperor through death. They kill notorious reprobates and heretics. Sometimes they kill righteous folk, and other times even seemingly at random. Their rituals are morbid and their prayers are strange. Anyone not initiated in their rites would struggle to make any sense of it. I see. Oops. The captain grumbles suddenly under his breath. Be steadfast in your duty, Captain Frenzo. The Emperor protects, Lord Captain.
Blood is my life. Death is my duty.
Okay. Be smart. Anytime an ability you use this fellowship. Bloody mess. Anytime a Voidborn character scores a critical hit, there is a 10% chance to double the damage. Interesting. Contagious Luck, Jinx. Crimson Tide. Swift movements. 2 movement points. 10% bonus to dodge. Dodge. Is she quite dodgy then? Yeah, she has an 80% chance to dodge. What does this give? 10%. So that's 90. And then get some more agility and go even higher. Acrobatic artistry. The Blade Dancer immediately returns to the cell where they started their turn. This movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Well, that could be useful. Oath of Vengeance. This ability costs 8 wounds to use. The Blade Dancer selects an ally until the end of combat. Attacks made by the Blade Dancer against enemies. Whoever. Okay, critical hit, yeah. Veil of Blades. Blood Oath. The ability costs. Captive Audience. The Blade Dancer's next effect inflicts bleeding on all targets hit. These targets must pass a toughness resistance test with a -20 penalty or become immobilized for 1 round. Interesting. Let's give her some healing. Agility, I guess. Whenever the Blade Dancer dodges an attack made by an enemy who attacks them for the first time, they put 1 charge of death from above. Oh, okay. Demolition, I guess. She can have 2 swords. Dueling combat. The character can attack with a second weapon in their current weapon set, in addition to the usual 1 attack per round. Dueling mastery gains 50% bonus to parry. Oh god, I get a -10 penalty for being a noble in the lower decks. What the hell is that haircut? So what is this? One-handed blade sword. Chainmail, medium. %. Oh, right. Is this better? Oh, yeah, 17 to 20. Maybe if I put... Oh, what? Yeah. It's so weird how blurry this goes. What's this? Blood vial. Okay, let's go.
I will lead us to fortune. Is there money to be made?
Is that a good... Yeah, that's that way. Oh, what's this blood? Is that blood? It can't be. We scrubbed the deck 3 times right before the rogue trader came. Boy, take me. The captain will have our heads. Is this the welcome you give to the rogue trader? Whoever had the audacity to leave behind this appalling symbol, I'll see to it that the Master at Arms calls them to account herself. The corner of the captain's mouth twitches nervously as he muttered, "Damn those, how did they even..." Awareness. Examine the mark. You've seen this sort of symbol before. Deaf cultists carve bleeding marks like this into their own skin. Cabelia carves the same symbol on the back of her hand with a knife and whispers a prayer. Pandora, remember this sign. It is the beginning of your quest. The first blood trail. Do you know what this mark is? It resembles one of the symbols associated with the blood-spun web. What was it called again? A song of trailing blood, I think. It's a prayer familiar to many in this compartment. We've heard spinners say it when they, well, perform their signature acts of servants to the Emperor. Frenzino takes a deep breath. The soundless shadow sank into the dark. Slashed feet crescendo, a fatal dance. Blade song in temple, each edge on echo. Twin ode to death throes. Now in her sacred blood, as she once trod the backs of foes, tread countless souls, but none who know. What is the Song of Trailing Blood? From what I can tell, it's something like a prayer with several verses that tell about the life of one of the cult's saints, Arena, or the matriarch spider as they call her. So I am invited to follow a trail of blood, it seems. I accept the spinner's invitation. I hope you find what you are looking for and return to the upper deck safely, Lord Captain.
Always keep your eye on prize.
God, it really is filthy.
Upper deckers avoid coming here. But how can one live aboard the flagship only to turn one's back on the core that gives it life?
This core can just as easily take a life too. Especially if someone around here takes a fancy to your boots.
What the hell? I thought fire on a spaceship was a bad thing. Mercy, please save me. The young man gasped for air through his burnt lips, slipping in and out of delirium. His skin is dripping from his gaunt body like melted wax from a candle. His eyes, somehow intact, alive, clear, and filled with pain, stare at you from under his gaped eyelids. Who are you? What happened to you? I am Vale, a cleaner. I was in my house, asleep, and forces came, set fire to it. I didn't make it out in time. I wonder how long he's been sitting here like this. A watch? 3? The whispers say nobody cared because he didn't matter. But they also say he's somehow supposed to matter to us. Strange. Do you know anything about the mark next to you? He tries to turn his head, his blackened skin crunching as it opens into scarlet cracks. A spinner came. He painted the symbol, then he gave me water and whispered a strange verse. He told me to memorize it and to recite it later so that help would come. And here you are. Then I should... He begins to whisper, his lips twisted in pain. To smirch Sal, a mercy she did grant. Last breath expressed, knife met heart. Removed from chest, passed on to death. A duty blessed, a balm for those who suffer. Anguish and distress, our longing brought to rest. Of mortal bonds the soul divest. He might survive, but he remained for life. Too much of his muscle had been charred down to the bone. His motor skills have been damaged beyond repair. There are times when death is more dogmatic. I grant you a merciful death. No mercy, honor flashes in the man's eyes, but once he sees your calm expression, he lets go of the fear and bows his head in resignation. So be it. I can't take this pain anymore. I'd rather die. Current value 29. Follower 15. Grim determination. The rogue trader and their allies gain a 10% chance to survive with 1 wound instead of falling. Okay. Adherent. In the first round of combat, all critical hits scored by the rogue trader's party inflict burning. Zealot. Instrument of his will. Until the start of the next turn, the rogue trader becomes immune to any attacks from demons and Xenos. All demons and Xenos in a 5-cell radius consider them a priority target. Can only be used once per battle.
Keep your wits about you.
Who's this? Oh, it's the Inferno Master. The Infernus Master salutes you cheerfully with his low stick. Lord Captain, what an unexpected encounter. What brings you to this compartment? The famous cuisine and magnificent vistas, no doubt? I seek the blood-spun webbed temple. Do you know where they are hiding? I don't have the foggiest idea, and that's probably for the best. I have my hands full as it is. And what are you doing here? I'm here to patch up Savage, locomotive number 3, under the tech priest's supervision. The old grump is my personal favourite on the entire freight line. Every couple of years, Savage gets mad, his boiler catches fire, and starts spitting steam at the repairman. Guess who they call to take care of him in these situations? Inferni, of course, and after I've done all the most dangerous work, that's when the Iron Brains come in. That's alright, I love Savage. When he's in a good mood, the feeling you get standing at his levers and speeding down the freight lane is indescribable. I envy those tech priest drivers who get to operate him every day. The roar of the boiler, the wheels thumping like mad, and all that furious power pulsing in your hands, responding to the slightest movements. How about... There's a mischievous spark in Endrick's eye. I introduce you. I cannot turn down an offer like that. The panel before you is covered with technical runes, lumens and levers. The platform shakes with the boiler's mighty vibration as the iron beast beneath your feet growls and snorts ferociously. Enric squints contemptibly and whispers the litany of ignition before turning to you. The machine is angry and refuses to obey. Right now, Savage is powered only by the auxiliary maneuvering engine. We will need to start the main rotor if we want to take a trip down the freight line. Listen to the rumbling noise coming from the boiler. The stubborn machine does indeed seem remarkably similar to a wild beast. The roar of the mechanism resembles hoarse growling, and the scarlet glow of the lumens on the control panel make you think of the malicious glare of a predator. The spirit of this machine is vicious, but strong and lively. What should I do? Put your hand on the big lever and gently give it a pull. Very gently. Savage does not like being harassed. A few erratic jolts shake the platform, and an enigmatic groan emanates from the depths of the machine. An intense shudder passes through the lever and into the palm of your hand, and there is a strange feeling of emptiness in your stomach. Savage's fiery heart is stirring. Do you feel it? There's so much energy and defiance in him. This is a rocket, not a locomotive. Unruly and enamored with speed, but quite willing to submit to a strong hand. There is an almost loving tenderness in Enric's voice. Pull the lever towards you, smoothly but firmly, then pump the fuel with this command fuel. Unruly and defiant, but submits to a strong hand, much like yourself. A roguish gleam appears in his eyes. You don't say. Pull the lever and pump the fuel. A new explosion inside Savage shakes his iron body, causing your eyes to see double from vibration. Now you're feeling his real power. He can run down the entire freight lane in a minute, given the chance, and kill everyone who rides him at that speed. Now try applying some thrust to the main rotor, and grab those paired leaders and give them a firm tug. Reach for the ornately carved levers and awaken the beast. A torrent of steam bursts from the slit in front of your face, but Enric deftly covers you with his shoulder. A moment later you realize that you cannot hear a thing, or rather you hear only one thing. The roar of the engine, triumphant and powerful, looks like Savage has agreed not to kill us both. His tech priest guardians will be pleased. All hail the Lord Captain. You have subdued the mighty beast today. Now I'm sure you have urgent business to attend to. It's time for me to drive Savage down the line and see if he's feeling cranky. That was most intriguing, Enric. I am pleased. Could I have wished for anything more, your ladyship? Have a good trip. So I guess I've got to go over. Ooh,
I
good.
always keep my options open.
Oh, here's another one. Dead man? A sinewy, middle-aged man watches the bustle of the bay with a detached expression. Every so often, whenever his eyes linger on the blood mark inscribed nearby, his face changes strangely, and his hands clench into fists. Just as you begin to hear the rumble of an approaching train, the man's gaze turns towards the track. He leans forwards. Abelard, do something. Abelard barks out, in the name of the dynasty, I command you to step away from the edge and explain this misdeed you are about to commit. What? I didn't. The man starts and almost falls, but manages to keep his balance. In the dim lumen light, you notice old scars scattered all across his body. The scars seem vainly familiar. The scars are all vary in length, width, and depth and shape. However, you notice a pattern in the way the scars are aligned, as well as a series of faded symbols on the man's rough skin. Death cultists bear similar marks on their bodies. But spinners are constantly renewing their wounds, whilst this man's looks long since healed. Who are you? A dead man. I lost my name years ago. I've been just another dead man ever since. You dare insult the rogue trader with your impudence? Your body may already be covered in scars, but the tongue seems to be asking for more. Your eyes always return to that blood symbol. What do you know about it? It's the symbol of the blood-spun web. I come here every watch, but it hasn't been here before now. I guess today must be a special day. The man's faded eyes go wide as he notices Cabela. His voice quivers. Have you come to take me to the other side? Cabela briefly studies the man's face and then turns away. I do not know you. Death's gaze is not upon you. The man lets out a dull groan and turns back to look at the symbol again. But then why? Why is it here? You know the symbols of the blood-spun web. You bear similar scars. Are you a spinner? I was, but I failed to complete my final assignment, so I was exiled from the cult. The Vizier told me to kill the one who would be a certain junction. The Vizier told me to kill the one who would be at a certain junction of the utility tunnels at a certain hour. I went to the appointed spot, then I waited. An hour, 2, 5. The junction was still empty. Nobody came. After hours of waiting, I finally realized. The person at the junction had been me the whole time. It was my time to go to the Undying One, but I was afraid. I couldn't do my duty. I ran. So the spinners simply let you go? They made no attempts to find you and kill you? There was no pursuit. I thought I'd see their black blades the very next day. Instead, years passed without them taking my heart. I tried starting a new life, but the terror never stopped eating away at me. When I got truly desperate, I went to the Temple of Death myself. But no one there would speak to me. When I gave them my name, they just whispered. Sterib has gone to the Undying One. They looked through me like I wasn't even there. I've lived like this for 20 years, like a coward, like a dead man. You were ordered to die. For what reason? The man looks at you. But someone choose to leave the righteous path. These earned penance in due time. Her whip sings vengeance and renegade menace. Her blades pass sentence. The cowards seek to hide their hearts, but death makes no pretendance. It takes what it's due in essence. He stops and then adds hoarsely, the third verse of the Song of Trading Blood. The Vizier recited to me before sending me on my final assignment. I didn't realize at the time that it was my judgment. There were plenty of reasons I sowed death. I offered him the souls of the most pleasing men and women I could find before it kindled my passions. I killed well-off crewmen who didn't deserve their wealth. I took their thrones. I killed enforcers who looked into my eyes without fear, and because I wanted to be fear. I reveled in bloodshed. I betrayed the tenants. I realized it, but I couldn't help it, because I enjoyed it. Oh, you poor thing, I think I'm going to cry. You couldn't stop slicing people up. That must have been so hard for you. Even my whispers have nothing to say to a pathetic tale like that. I bet they're thinking, what a lousy, self-absorbed sack of scum. Jeez. You do not sound particularly remorseful. I spent years in remorse. I'm tired of it. Have you killed any more innocent souls since you ran? No, I've been afraid to touch my own knife since that day. Thought it might just stab me on its own, but the temptation is always there. I will not judge you, nor will I decide your fate. Farewell. No, what about the symbol, the potent? You were supposed to... The man's tired eyes filled with horror that quickly turns into hysteria. His knees buckle, and he staggers heavily before falling onto the tracks with a pitiful cry. No, help. Uh-oh. Oh, well, rip. Kibelia stares at the remains of he who was once her brother in service. Truly it is better to die for him than to live for yourself. This he forgot. Now where do I go? There's stuff underneath the tracks.
Fortune smiles on us.
I have a
an
nose
ill
for
omen.
profit and a taste for adventure.
What's this? Stack of ration cards.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
The battered worker throws himself at your feet and touches the toe of your boot with his dirty palms. The gracious ladyship, hand of the God Emperor, save your unworthy Get lost. The enforcer's heavy batter. Oh, jeez. His bones crack audibly. My sincerest apologies, Lord Captain. Your boot. I'll clean it right away. A murmur of discontent breaks out among the Gawkers who have gathered around. None of the other workers dare come closer, but the anger on their faces is plain to see. Stop the enforcer. I intend to hear this man out. Your ladyship, I work hard, never even taken breaks to rest, and all I earn is 7 ration cards with 15 mouths to feed back home. The enforcers shake me down every shift, just like they do every honest hard worker who... Enough whining. You and your pals lifted a box of Nutri-Bars a few watches ago, and 2 canisters of water before that. I didn't beat the life out of you because I took pity on you, and this is all the thanks I get. You quarantined the hub for 20 watches and refused to give out rations if we didn't have cards. Cards we had no way to earn. And today you earned 15 cards in a single shift because you do the work of 3 people, right? Or did you take your pals to a dark corner somewhere, do them in and take their share? I didn't do them in. It was an act. The worker stops himself, cowers and whimpers. They got their heads bashed in by crates. The dead don't need rations. Am I to understand that enforcers are appropriating earnings from workers after their shifts? We appropriate nothing, we just monitor and redistribute. The enforcer mutters gloomily. The rabble are a lying, thieving lot. We have instructions to stay alert for people holding more than the standard amount of ration cards, to prevent supply embezzlement and famine. They do take our cards, your ladyship, and then grow fat using them for themselves. Strike the enforcer. The enforcer freezes in place, not daring to raise his hands. Yes, Lord Captain. The onlooking workers below triumphantly and point at the enforcer. Awareness. The sullen red-bearded man with keen black eyes draws your attention. His oddly piercing gaze seems to size you up the whole time you were speaking. But now he has hastened to conceal an else behind the Gorkas, hurrying into the tunnels. May the God Emperor protect. I still want to deal with the guy.
An expected result.
Lovely. That's the rogue trader? The kids have been waiting for you. How was your shift? We worked hard. I helped out a friend with the loading and gave me some cards. Take them and exchange them for new shoes. Yours are all worn out. Oh, thank you. I've already made your bed for you. So once we've eaten, you go and rest. The little ones and I will head out to the marketplace and leave you in peace. Why did the Emperor send me such a wonderful wife? Is that it? Oh, it's soup. Mushy peas. I hate mushy peas. That's what mushy peas looks like to me.
Watch out.
Let us not dawdle.
The shadows reveal their secrets.
Oh, I don't know. They're just weird.
The dead know nothing, and neither do the ignorant.
Keep your wits about you.
Am I missing The day the Lord Captain wandered into our slum will be remembered in legends. The locals and the enforcers call me the Informant. I have no other name. You might say I'm in charge of here. in this hole of a place. You recognize the shaggy red beard and keen black eyes. This is the man who was watching your encounter with the enforcer and the station worker. I saw you near the marketplace. What were you doing there? Watching one of my workers take a beating. I feel sorry for the lad, but there was nothing I could do. The foreman smiles wryly, showing his yellow teeth. Almost all the front ones have been knocked out. I've stuck my neck out in the past, not doing it again. What are you cooking in that vat? Believe it or not, this soup, made from mold, slime and technical drain water, has been simmering here in this vat for at least 200 years non-stop. Sounds lovely. See the growth from the walls over there? We harvest it, dry it, and use it to season the soup. If you're lucky, the smell attracts a void rat, and someone gets to have meat in their bowl. Or even more lucky. It's for those who can't even earn a ration card. I feed them in exchange for services or favours. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. My people keep an eye out for workers trying to eat 2 bowls in one sitting. One is enough to fill your stomach for an entire watch. Some complain about the taste, of course. Ingrats. I seek the Bloodspun Web's temple. Do you know where it is? The cultists don't let people like me in on their rites and mysteries. I'm grateful to them for their service to the God Emperor, but to be honest, I can't get behind their love of death. I'm much too fond of living. Leave. Every society breeds its outcasts and misfits. Seeing their miserable existence firsthand is essential. Okay.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, here we go. Back on track. A group of beggars are rattling their arms mugs and ostensibly displaying their hunger, sunken bellies, and various disfigurements. Your ladyship, spare a throne for those who can't even get worse jobs. Let's give them some rations.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Whisper and be heard.
Is there money to be made?
Just as he ordained.
Who puts... Gave our gift to the one who sees nothing but hears everything. Then the truth will be revealed to you. Oh, imagine being in the credits as Toothless Beggar. Be the pride of my life. At least it wouldn't be as bad as, oh hey mum, I got into a video game. Yeah, this one. And then it's just Nazi, your name. Or random Nazi. Nazi A. I remember seeing that in the Indiana Jones game. It's like going through the credits and there's just a couple of people credited as just random Nazis. Wait a sec. Oh. I thought they were jumping, but it's just because it's removed the because I'm underneath it.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah, she'd love that. Repair the control panel. Okay. Sidene. Why is there just a massive fan? want to fix this first. Oh, wait. Stop being so bloody difficult. What's that thing that death cultists say? Your time has come or what have you. Oh, they're going to kick him off into the fan. No, please. What did I do? Oh, jeez. Is it even moving fast enough? Talk about being everywhere at once. How about we take his stuff to the marketplace? We'll get to eat soup tonight. Oh, no you don't.
I always have a backup plan.
The specimens before you must be the most repellent inhabitants in the compartment. They are covered in sores and bald patches, glistening with pus. The stench of unwashed bodies bring a tear to your eye. One of them glowers at you and grunts. What do you want? Just attack. We'll gut you and trade you.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
The monsters demand your death.
I am your blade and shield.
Oh, they're taking quite a lot of damage.
The shadow.
I did that on purpose. Because otherwise they were likely to get hit.
I'll do it.
Oh god. I didn't think this through.
Rejoice in battle! None can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor is why I was chosen. Doubt is for the weak.
Oh, there's more. I didn't see them.
I serve the ruinous powers! Death to non-believers!
I've suffered worse.
Brutal. Okay.
It will be done. I will do my duty. I took care of this one.
Oh god, there's tons of them. I did not think this through. Oh god, she's damaged.
This
Right.
is just too much for me.
That's not good.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
But of course. Anything else?
I'll make it happen. Who, if not me? I'll make it happen.
As the Emperor... Strength is a
Not
prayer.
yet. Not by your hand. Death comes in silence.
Oh wait, this is gonna hurt her. Against, yeah. Oh crap.
I shall not fail. As honor ordains. Trust me.
I will not! The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do it.
Oh, I didn't think this through.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Jeez. Oh god.
Brace yourself, Abelard. I'm not interested. That's not the Seneschal's job. It will be done. At your beck and call. It will be done.
I am your doom. I serve the ruinous powers.
I think I have made a mistake here.
Will do. Anything else?
I'll see to it personally.
On it.
Okay.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. This is why power resides in the will of the righteous.
Oh god, I should have changed weapon. I didn't realize it was per weapon.
As the Emperor commands, I refuse. Strike is a prayer. Doubt is for the weak. That is not the Emperor's will.
Pain and duty can now revert to more conservative tactics.
Chaos guides me.
Oh, I didn't see him.
What, of course. Was it you? Or
Oh wait. Analyze. Expose. Oh, whoops. Can I do her again? Yes.
On it.
Oh no. That's not good. I can't use her because she's not going to be able to shoot.
Who, if not me?
will do. Be gone.
Yes. Oh, it's getting very weird.
I'll make it happen.
I'll do it.
Jeez.
The well serves. This goes against the tenets.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on tactically superior and weigh your mistakes. Sometimes though you justify your biggest cannon and save the day.
The left arrow. Ah. Oh no, I was not aware. I do know that you can press space. I've been using that a lot.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
I see what others do not.
Is that just the veil stuff? Or is the game bugged out?
The Emperor favors me today. Duty prevails. I better myself through my service. The Emperor favors me today.
Oh, cool. These are all. So what the hell? Fair enough. Crimson intoxicants. Oh, how do I lock? Okay, if worn by... I don't even... Do I even need to read it? At the end of the wearer's turn, they gain temporary wounds equal to the amount of collision damage.
Is there money to be paid?
Are they just going around killing... Oh. Wait, what does that say? The Lord Captain spent too much time in the pestilence pit by the void ship's freight line, and now her skin is covered in inflamed blisters. Oh, great. I've only gone and got blisters. A figure in decaying tatters is rocking to and fro, muttering indistinctly in several different voices, occasionally breaking into hoarse laughter. As you come closer, she freezes and turns slowly to look at you. An ugly rusted mask covers her face. Are you here to take Zena to the other side? No, 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 no. You're just wandering around in the dark, looking for the light, but it's nowhere to be found. Do you really not see it? There is a blood symbol next to you. I've seen such marks before. Is this another part of the song of trailing blood? Zidana burst into hysterical laughter. Oh yes, the song. Here, listen, listen. The woman starts chanting hurriedly. She wandered in eternity in dark, yet was consoled, web foretold. Undying one's blood secrets glowed, a light to guide her faithful fold. But threads must end, and so the spider did that which was owed by life and death to ship bestowed. She laughs again, and you'll see if you learn to see. Look into the darkness, look. Peer into the darkness. I cannot fathom what I meant to see down here. You see no light in this place, only more darkness and despair. You don't see, do you? You don't see. You will not see until you become like Zenda, the flesh and blood of this ship. How do I become the flagship's blood? Oh, Zedena will show you, and you'll see the true light. Come now. Oh, she's jumping. Oh no, she's not.
I always keep my options open.
Plunge into the... what? Interesting. Oh, and everyone, just leveled up as well. The rotating blades promise nothing but a senseless and brutal death. Slipping past them will require some unreasonably precise calculations or blind luck. While listening to the air currents for a moment, you think you hear Sedena's whispered prayer rising from the depths of the shafts. Requires dogmatic follower. Pray to the Emperor. I put my life in thy hands, for I believe that thou wilt protect. The words come easily, and all of your doubt fades away. Somehow you know with certainty that your life will not end here. Here we go. Why is it just me? Suspicious rash. Jeez.
Keep your wits about you.
I should level up just in case. Okay. Special abilities. At this archetype rank, characters can enhance their archetype's heroic act and desperate measure ability. The target of finest hour gains additional bonuses. During their extra turn, the target deals % damage. The target of finest hour gains more bonuses. All negative effects are immediately removed. Temporary wounds. Gains during the extra turn, all their non-attacking abilities cost -1 AP. Interesting. So that would mean they can buff and stuff, which sounds very useful. Temporary wounds, yeah, but it's a bit selective. During the extra turn, the target deals more damage. Gains the effect of voice of command. I think this one.
I know how to take risks.
Yeah, by jumping down.
I always have a backup plan.
Jeez. They're not afraid of anything, are they? Oh, I thought that was going to be like ice for a sec. Oh. I don't think my athletics is good enough. What the hell? Temple of the Bloodspun Web.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
A frail old man, grey beard tinged with blood, folds his wrinkled hands in a ritual gesture. His body is covered in scars, some old, some fresh. His eyes are sewn tightly shut. His mouth is cleft at both corners, making his jaw seem eerily snake-like. And the Lady of the Ark walked the path of unlife. In the footsteps of the web's very first spinner, and the servants of death bowed before her for the Domin is the giver of life. The old man goes still, his head turned to the side. He nods towards the temple's muffled silence. Yes, the truth like a stream pours from your lips. We'll welcome her as the tenants demand. Your hues are almost as pale as the grey of your beard. But what is this? Cassia flinches and takes a shuddering breath. A scarlet whirlwind shines through the faded colours. A servant deaf who sees beyond the threshold. A spider who spins a cocoon at the end of his thread. Adira shakes her head and clutches her temples. Sorry about that, it just came over me. I didn't say anything too weird, did I? A thin blade appears in the old man's trembling hands, although his arms are stiff and looks like they can barely bend. In the next instant, the dynasty symbol is etched on his forehead, dripping blood. With a brief motion, he flicks the blood off his blade and several drops land on your face. The blood-spun web welcomes its new lady. I'm the Vizier. For many years we have waited, and now you are here. We have waited, whispers, echoes his words from the shadows. Why is it you invited me here? Death whispered your name and commanded us to honor you with a sacred ritual, but only inside the temple can the spinner perform it. The Vizier is suddenly distracted by someone invisible and nods towards empty space. Yes, we are glad she has reached this place. We are glad to serve. What do you mean you have waited for many years? It was not so long ago that I made acquaintance with the cult. As I delve into my divinations from the flesh and blood of the departed ones, I turn to a relic most ancient and priceless. It is his turret, inherited by the cult from the matriarch spider who spun first thread. One of the readings I did back when I still had the strength to leave the temple and usher souls on their final journey. That was when, in the intricate tangle of destiny, I glimpsed our meeting. But when we would meet, alas, was not revealed to me. So we waited, year after year, and now the hour has come. So you just walked my companions in here the normal way, while I was forced to take that jump? The spinners guided them along a different trail. You had to take the step, for only you were meant to become the flagship's blood domin. There was no reason to test the faith of those who follow you, for this burden was their lady to bear. How did you manage to erect an entire temple in the middle of the ship without anyone noticing? It's called DLC. Followers of the cult once inhabited the tunnels between the bay's bulkheads, until the threads of fate were tangled and the domin of ages past gave us this compartment. We set ourselves to building spacious halls where the shadows and the images of him and the spinners themselves would whisper of death. And thus the temple that we see began to change with the succession of viziers and the cult's generations. We are building it still, slowly but surely. I have walked the path of the matriarch's spider, what now? The song of trailing blood tells you of a path fraught with trials. By accepting it and setting out on your path, you pass the first one, the trial of resolve. For not everyone is prepared to shun their fear and doubt and embark on search for the unknown, a search for death. The trial of compassion was the second one. You passed it when you put yourself, albeit briefly, in the service of another soul, a man suffering from burns. For the choice between life and death is to be made only by those willing to take responsibility for the pain of another. The third was the trial of justice. In assuming the role of judge for an apostate of our faith, you declared your right to influence the balance of life and death that the errant soul had upset. And the fourth was the trial of duty. The duty always leads to death. We are prepared to render our duty to the undying one, fearless and accepting of our purpose, which is to serve him. You too have proven yourself prepared, and the 4 trials have brought you here. The path I've walked has helped me understand myself better. For the tenets teach us that the lesson learned is in itself the supreme reward for one who is open to self-discovery. The Vizier's sewn shut eyes seem to peer into your face, studying it, Then he turns away and speaks into empty space again. Peace, my brother, the time has almost come. I see... Who is it that you talk to all the time? I see echoes of those who came before us and those who were with us, but have since crossed over to the other side. My brothers and sisters raised by the cult, I hear them beyond their deaths. They share their wisdom, I heed them. The other spinners, they hear not, for the burden is mine to bear. I see your eyes are sewn shut. Are you blind, or is that another of the cult's rituals? I was sighted for much of my life until a disciple of mine violated the tenets, and I realized just how blind I had been. A lesson, but a bitter one. To look with one's eye alone is to be easily fooled, but the heart cannot be lied to. Such is the truth, and such was my choice. I sealed my eyelids with a ghee of true sight. Now I see more and better. So this entire conversation is another test, I imagine. A smile graces the vizier's bluish lips. The tenets command us to be prepared for all trials, corporeal and spiritual alike. Are you prepared, Domin Pandora? His mouth closes, but you still hear his whisper. A prickling sensation in your face is making you increasingly anxious. You raise a hand to your cheek, only to realize you can't feel it. You look at your palm and see a few smudged drops of blood from the vizier's blade. A strange, serene calm envelopes your body. Your fatigue subsides and you seem to float in the air, seeing things you had not noticed before. The shadows in the corner taking on shape and colour, the subdued lumen light playing on the cultist bone masks. Are they really masks? They're tall, lean, empty-eyed wearers might as well be dead people. A chill run down your spine. Failed. You intend to ask a question, only to find that similarly simple idea you had in your mind has eluded you. One moment the walls of Death's Sanctum grow infinitely wide, the next they are so narrow as to make it hard to breathe. The floor dances underneath your feet, and the undying Emperor's statue seems to shake its head threateningly as it looks down upon you. And what happens now? That is for you to tell me. You look at the Vizier, and his trembling frame seems small and insignificant. A simple step is all it would take to crush him, but the visions are starting to wear off, and now the old man towers over you. The keen gaze of his sealed eyes is studying your every movement, waiting for a response. Now you're going to initiate me as a servant of death. A servant of death, hisses the echo whispers from the temple, and the Vizier bows his head reverently. You have become the blood of the flagship, now you become one of his faithful servants. We name you a spinner, or a spinner's thread demands the forsaking of one's previous life. But the blood-spun web will still accept you. The tenets allow it, but only for a domin who has followed the trailing blood until the end. Lovely. Upon the ritual platform at the Undying Emperor's feet. Oh, I just noticed the chandelier. Upon the ritual platform at the Undying Emperor's feet, under the keen gaze of his dark, empty eye sockets, you feel completely insignificant. Surprisingly, the thick blood pouring from his hands onto your bowed chest and shoulders is still warm. Bowed before his image, the Vizier assumes the ceremonial postures with incredible ease, his withered body moving swiftly and soundlessly. You are slowly plunged into darkness to the sounds of the ritual chants and swishing blades. Amid the noise of splattering blood and the cultists' whispers, you hear the words, "Death has spoken your name. Domin Pandora, death accepts you." Let's go all in. Taste the blood. A rusty taste fills your mouth, causing a spasm in your stomach. Your head is spinning, but you struggle to determine if it's a thrilling sensation or one of profound revulsion. Look into the face of the undying Emperor's statue. Blood falls into your eyes. You hiss in pain, but raise your head. Through a red mist, you glimpse a half-truth in the Emperor's face. Death sees you. Death is watching you. Could the lingering intoxication still be playing tricks on your mind? A strange rash you developed in the freight line's pestilence pit grows pale and scabs over. A healing grace descends upon you. Well, thank God for that. The Vizier's voice grows suddenly thunderous and snaps you out of your reflections. Death has accepted you, Domin Pandora. Now and for all time, you are Blood Warden and the Undying's one's most venerable servant. It felt as if the God Emperor was watching me. To many he comes during their time of service in images of blood and whispers from the shadows, but remember that those are mere visions, for true death will not come for you until your time. It will take your soul gently in its bony hands. Blood Warden, very flattering, I will add it to my other titles. Now that you are part of the Bloodspawn web, remember henceforth to beware of vanity, for it leaves gaping rents in the armour of our soul. So the ritual is complete? The ritual is complete, but you are not. The Vizier gestures for one of the cultists, who carefully is holding a strange garment, to come closer. For years we have maintained fealty to the Dominion. We have collected sacred symbols and relics. You were the first in 3 generations of lord and ladies to grace this sanctum, and the first of them all to be initiated so. We are grateful. We are uplifted in spirit. Hear our exaltation and accept this gift of a vestment sewn from the bones of his faithful with the threads of death. Spinner's ritual vestments. Plus strength bonus wounds. Okay. The cultists whisper prayers to the Undying One as they help you change your clothes and regain your facilities.
I am your shadow.
Is that it?
Let us not dawdle.
The shrouded faith of the blood-spun web.
Take me to the enforcer in charge of the freight line Hope. I think I might just hand this in and then that might be a good time to call it. Because I think the next place is the it's like the main planet. So a lot might happen.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Captain Frenso has acquired a few wounds since your last conversation. Half of his ear is gone. And you notice he is wearing blooded bandages under his uniform. Seeing you, he quickly injects himself with stimulant and strengthens. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Were you in a shootout? Yes, there's been a raid on a local gang. We finally cleared out the scoundrels who were smuggling goods to neighbouring compartments. No one escaped. I have finished inspecting this bay. Will there be any orders based on your inspection's conclusions? What does this mean? Oh, okay, you need extra stuff. Only harsh measures will bring order to the bay. I guess I picked dogmatic. I'm gonna keep going with it. Only harsh measures will bring order to the bay. Establish an execution quota, strip all current enforcers of their rank, and burn away all crime. Any idlers are to be given a job. If they cannot do anything useful, servitize them. Organize mandatory sermons and spread the word of faith. The captain nods eagerly. Will do. We will increase the presence on the untrustworthy element. Conduct searches. Glorium as faultless transport. Okay, 5% more damage. Nice. I've been told the next bay has a labour shortage. We're going to deploy our workforce reserve there, in shackles if needed be. Enforcers have been appropriating ration cards from the workers. The commandment has just enough food to avoid starvation. Lord Captain, this is why the enforcers are making sure. Okay, I was attacked. I encountered mutants in the pestilence pit. They seem to be under the influence of unholy powers. You went into the pestilence pit? Yep. Tell me about the station. Who maintains? The Emperor protects, Lord Captain. Time passed, 3 days. Ooh. Lord Captain, here to report. Your orders have been carried out. The compartment is already operating. Oh god.
Experience? Nothing matters more. Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
God, they really are just rounding them all up.
I always keep my options open.
Okay, I think it's probably enough. God, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, what's Daring Breach again? Ten movement points. Movement points. For 1 round, the warrior becomes the priority target. Yeah. Go tank. Well, that's odd that you didn't get an extra. Okay, until the operator's next turn, the target cannot move. Dismantling attack also cripples the enemy, reducing their weapon skill and ballistic skill by -30. That could be good against like a big boss guy. Intimidates all enemies. Target provokes an attack of opportunity whenever it attacks. Okay, this is the best one. Until the end of the soldier's turn, they gain +4 MP, and the attacks do not spend MP. Okay. The soldier's rate of firing is increased by 30%. Oh, until the end of combat. Yeah. Wait, this one. During the extra turn, yeah. So she's got the same as the other officer. Upon using Death Waltz, the Blade Dancer immediately heals to full. They have cost abilities that cost wounds are reduced by half. +4 additional challenges of death from above.